Hi guys, welcome to my channel Popcorn Vlogs. In today's video, let's discuss the explanation of the recently released Telugu movie Kalki 2898 AD. The film opens with the Kurukshetra War, where Ashwatthama is shown unleashing the Brahmastra on the northern womb, trying to end the Pandava lineage. Krishna, enraged, confronts Ashwatthama, questioning how he can commit such adharma. Ashwatthama retorts that Krishna has no right to speak about his father and tries to kill Krishna out of rage. However, Krishna effortlessly pushes Ashwatthama away, causing him to fall, demonstrating the immense power in Krishna's push. Krishna then tells Ashwatthama that everyone must face the consequences of their actions, whether divine or human. Having used the Brahmastra on an unborn child, Ashwatthama must also face the repercussions of his actions. Krishna curses him, saying that despite the end of this age, Ashwatthama will never die, and will live seeing many sins and sufferings. Ashwatthama asks Krishna if there's any redemption for his curse, and Krishna replies that although Ashwatthama tried to kill him, he will one day need to save Krishna in the Kali Yuga, a time when adharma will be rampant. Krishna tells Ashwatthama that he will only return when the last drop of Ganga water is dried up, marking the day of his return. Krishna picks Ashwatthama as the first Shiva, and then the story jumps to 6,000 years later. In this 6,000 year period, the story unfolds with three main places: the complex, Kashi, and Shambhala. The complex, built by Supremist Skin, is a place where all resources have been drained, leaving the outside world in scarcity. It is governed harshly, and only the wealthy can reside there. To enter, one needs to accumulate 1 million units. Bhairav's plan involves getting these units and living happily in the complex. Kashi, on the other hand, is the last city on earth, where people are in dire conditions, scavenging for food and air, constantly attacking each other. Shambhala is where the rebels reside, waiting for Kalki to come and protect the Kali Yuga. The tree of life is also found in Shambhala. Eventually, the world becomes a wasteland with no trees or animals, and many years pass with no rain. The destruction of the world is attributed to the wars initiated by Supremist Skin. He explains this to a scientist. The scene cuts to some people arriving in Kashi. One of them, seeking water for his sins, is given water by Ruuni. Then, Ra questions Ruuni about why water is not given freely nowadays and where he came from. He explains that the star that appeared 6,000 years ago will reappear in the sky, shining brightly during the day. This makes Ruuni realize that Kalki is coming, so he heads to Kashi. In Kashi, the bounty hunter tiger surrounds the people who arrive. Girls with the ability to conceive are needed for an experiment at the complex. One such girl has the power to conceive, and Tiger forcibly takes her and sells her to the complex for 10,000 units. Ra's brother, Ramayani, wants to hand over Ra to Tiger to get the units, but Ra escapes. Ruuni takes Ra to a safe place, where the rebels are hiding. The rebels use advanced technology to communicate, projecting images of themselves directly rather than through video calls. The rebels contact Viran, informing him that they have found the girl they were waiting for. They place a stone belonging to Ashwatthama near the pregnant woman's belly, believing that if Kalki is to be born, the stone will glow. However, the stone does not light up near the pregnant woman, causing Viran to become angry and declare that no god will save them and they must fight for themselves. Maryam expresses a lack of faith, saying that Viran will only believe in the gods when they come. At that moment, riders attack them. During the attack, the Ashwatthama stone falls and ends up with Ray. The rebels escape, but Ruuni and the pregnant woman are captured by the riders and brought in front of the complex. Commander Manas arrives with his ship and confronts Ruuni, demanding to know what the rebels are fighting for and threatening to kill the pregnant girl if they do not reveal the way to Shambhala. The girl insists that their belief in the coming of a god must be true and that the reign of the demons must end, but she refuses to reveal the information. Enraged, Commander Manas kills her and declares to everyone that the only god is Supremist Skin. Ruuni responds that if there is only one god, the world will be plunged into darkness until the time for the god to come arrives. The commander shoots and kills Ruuni with a laser. Watching from a distance, shouts Ryuni's name. The commander then places a bounty of 5,000 units on each rebel, leading the bounty hunters to pursue Ray and the rebels. Ray and the remaining rebels manage to escape, but a rebel named Luke accidentally approaches Budgie. This is where our rebel star Prabhas makes his entry. To claim the bounty, Bhairav defeats Tiger and his men. Luke, a young rebel and a big fan of Bhairav, gets to see him for the first time. Bhairav defeats many bounty hunters and captures Luke. Cutting to the scene, Counselor Bonnie discovers an ancient bow from the Mahabharata era buried in the sand at a certain location. This counselor is well versed in ancient scriptures and science and is an assistant to Suprema Skin. The scene then shifts to the lab where experiments for Project K are conducted. In this lab, there are two groups of girls, those who test positive for pregnancy and those who test negative. Deepika works in the lab but always tests negative for pregnancy. Thus, the girls who test negative assist the ones who test positive. Deepika has been working in the lab for many years with the code name Samedi. A writer observes her. Commander comes to the lab to understand the status of Project K and to experience it. Since Project K has not yet reached the intended stage, the commander questions the scientists. One scientist tells the commander that the formula prepared by Suprema Skin is very powerful and no girl can tolerate it for more than 100 days. The formula is injected into the girls' bodies, and Suprema Skin is waiting for a girl who can endure the formula for 150 days. However, no girl has been able to endure it beyond 100 days. Currently, the girl has been pregnant for 91 days. Suprema Skin sends word to the commander to bring him the serum. The commander instructs the scientists to extract the serum from the 91-day pregnant girl. Despite the scientists suggesting waiting a few more days as the girl is not yet ready, the commander does not listen. Once the serum is extracted, the girl dies and burns up in the experiment chamber through a large pipe. The scientist is deeply troubled by the continuous sacrifices of many girls and demands to see Suprema Skin for clarity on the purpose of Project K. He insists on being taken to Suprema Skin to ask him directly. The commander takes the scientist to the counselor, who then brings them to Suprema Skin through a large statue. Suprema Skin is meditating in the air, surrounded by 5 orbs. One of the orbs injects the serum brought by the commander into Suprema Skin. Immediately, Suprema Skin falls into the water below. While 3 people are in shock at what is happening, Suprema Skin rises from the water and says that someone had tried to kill him. It turns out that the scientist had swapped the serum bottle with a poison bottle. Suprema Skin realizes that the scientist is responsible for the attempted murder. One of the orbs tightens around the scientist's neck. As Suprema Skin floats towards the scientist shoots Skin in the chest. However, Skin does not die. He responds that he has given many lives for his own death, which does not affect him. Suprema Skin then asks the scientist why he wanted to kill him. The scientist replies that it is to ensure the well-being of the world and to save it. Suprema Skin says that although he has taken many lives in his past, what he is currently doing is only to save the world. While everyone else is fighting wars in the name of God for money and power, he has fought a single battle and ended everything. He has kept nature away in the complex while everyone else is destroying it. Supreme asserts that, given this, he has done nothing wrong. From Supreme's words, it seems that the entire world has become a wasteland due to a major war caused by him. This suggests that Supreme might have fought a significant battle during his younger days. The scientist questions Supreme's authority, asking who he is to do things as he pleases. Supreme becomes very angry and demands to know who the scientist and others are to destroy nature. He then kills the scientist and instructs the commander to find a girl who can endure the formula for 150 days. The counselor and commander are terrified by Supreme's rage. Cutting to the scene, Samti comes to her chamber. Normally, Samti always tests negative, but unexpectedly, she becomes pregnant one day. If the complex people learn about this, they will kill her child. Samti keeps this a secret, but one day, a girl named Lily discovers it. Lily tells Samti that she will take this matter to the complex people and promises to treat her like a queen. However, Samti is deeply distressed, saying that she wants her child to survive. as the complex will not allow it. Lily understands Samti's plight and keeps the pregnancy a secret. Cutting to another scene, look, a rebel, is a big fan of Barav. He requests Barav to join them, but Barav prefers to work alone. Barav's only target is to earn 1 million units and live happily in the complex. In reality, Barav was abandoned by his parents when he was a child. A pilot saved him and taught him how to survive in this world. Due to mistakes made by the pilot, the complex puts a bounty on the pilot. One day, the pilot, having lost everything in a gamble, decides to sell Barav to the complex. Barav, however, lets the pilot be captured by the riders and tells him that the world should remain as it is. The pilot departs, telling Barav to keep things as they are. Cutting back, Roxy gets a job at the complex. Barav pleads with Roxy to take him inside, even if just for 1 day or 1 hour. Roxy, who has a crush on Barav, agrees to take him in as a temporary worker. Barav and Roxy go to the top of the complex, which is like heaven on earth. Barav enjoys himself fully and takes Roxy to a party where they dance and have a great time. However, the riders eventually throw Barav out of the complex. Cutting to a scene where a rider notices Samti's pregnancy and Lily joins the rider. Meanwhile, Rhea is spotted by a bounty hunter who offers 5,000 units for capturing him. Rhea tries to escape and jumps into a temple buried in the sand. The bounty hunter's robot follows Rhea into the temple and attacks him. Ashwathama, who is meditating in the temple, rises to confront the robot. Although the robot shoots at Ashwathama, he does not die as he is an immortal. Ashwathama strikes the metallic robot with his staff, causing it to collapse halfway. Cutting to the scene, Rhea says that if you're not dead after being shot by the robot, it means you are not an ordinary person. He tells Ashwathama that someone like him, being with the rebels, would help them win the war easily and save many lives. Ashwathama responds that this is not his battle, but he must save at least one life. Cutting to the complex, everyone starts experimenting with Samti to extract the serum. However, just 2 minutes after starting the procedure, the entire complex powers up, and there is a commotion in the lab. At that moment, the bowl found by the counselor Bonnie begins to power up. When the counselor grabs it, the bowl throws him away with great force. The counselor is astonished, wondering how such a powerful weapon could throw him so far. Meanwhile, in the lab, Commander and scientists are confused about what is happening. Lily tries to send Samti out through the subterranean passages of the complex. Lily, a rebel who has been undercover in the lab for 2 years, feels compelled to save Samti. She pretends to be aligned with the riders to avoid suspicion. As Lily attempts to send Samti out through a tunnel, riders arrive, and Lily fights them off, urging Samti to escape. When Samti reaches the exit of the tunnel and steps forward, the sensors in the tunnel activate and fire starts coming out to shoot her. Despite this, the fire does not touch Samti. She is surprised, wondering why the fire did not harm her. It is possible that the fire did not approach because of a divine intervention, or perhaps a wind deity diverted the fire away, giving her a path to safety. The riders coming from behind are also shocked by the scene. When they move forward, the fire instantly reduces them to ashes. Due to a signal sent by Lily, the rebels named Viran, Ajju, and Kara wait outside the tunnel. They are astonished when they see Samti, who has emerged from the flames. During this time, the flow of Ganga water on the Shiva Lingam stops. Ashwathama observes this and recalls Krishna's words. Krishna had said that when the last drop of water in the Ganga is gone and when Shiva reaches you again, my arrival will be announced. Seeing the Shiva light up next to him, Ashwathama recognizes it and takes it, declaring it as his Shiva. Thus, Ashwathama understands that Krishna is about to come again in another incarnation. As Ashwathama places the deity on his forehead, all his wounds heal, and his full powers return. As Ashwathama exits the temple, Rhea stops him, questioning where he is going and who he is. Ashwathama responds that he is the son of Dronacharya and introduces himself as Ashwathama, saying that his battle is about to begin. He follows the direction pointed by the deity towards Samti. During the time these events are unfolding, Barav is drinking at a shop when a parrot fortune teller asks if he will give 50 units to know his future. Barav agrees to pay first, and the parrot's robotic companion shows a card with an image of the sun. The fortune teller says he has never seen such a card before and that something great is about to happen in Bairov's life. Cutting to a scene where a lightning bolt strikes and a large chariot wheel is about to fall. Bairov stops it with one hand and places it against a wall. At that moment, Bairov feels a change within himself. Nearby, a deity who saves Kashi is said to have returned to Kashi. The commander sends riders to capture the escaped Samti. The counselor asks the commander if anything unusual has happened recently in the lab or in Kashi. The counselor shows the commander a bow named Gandiva, which dates back to the Mahabharata era and was prepared by Brahma himself. The counselor explains that whoever possesses this bow can defeat even the gods. The commander, upon hearing this, tries to seize the Gandiva but is stopped by the counselor, who sends a robotic hand to grab it. The power from the Gandiva melts the metal of the hand within seconds, shocking the commander. The counselor explains that after the gods left the earth, the Gandiva lost its power, but since last night, no one has been able to capture Gandhi, implying a new power has awakened. The counselor advises the commander to stay alert. Meanwhile, the rebels are taking Samti away. Viran questions Samti about her identity, why Lily saved her, and the nature of Project K, but Samti does not have answers to these questions. Viran, frustrated, goes to the driving seat. Kira, talking to Samti, asks her name, and Samti replies that her name is Sumathi. Riders searching for Sumathi stop Viran's vehicle. Viran pretends to be an old goods seller, but the riders discover Sumathi in the truck. The rebels quickly shoot and kill the two riders, but one rider sends an alert with a 5-star bounty on Sumathi before dying. From then on, not only riders but also bounty hunters begin to hunt for Sumathi. All riders start moving towards Sumathi's location, and Bairov also begins his search with Budgie. Meanwhile, Tiger attacks Viran's vehicle. In an attempt to protect Sumathi, Kara sacrifices herself by blasting Tiger and his car. However, many riders surround Viran's vehicle. Viran stops the vehicle and gets out, but as the riders attempt to kill him and capture Sumathi, Ra and Ashwathama arrive. Ashwathama beats everyone severely, and despite the riders shooting with guns, they cannot harm him. As a warrior born with Shiva's blessing, Ashwathama is a formidable fighter and is unaffected by the riders. By the time Bairov arrives, Ashwathama has already finished off the riders. As Bairov approaches Sumathi, Ashwathama throws Bairov out of the truck. Neither Bairov nor most people recognize Ashwathama as the old man. Bairov continues to fight using his hologram technology and intelligence, putting up a strong resistance. But none of this matters in front of Ashwathama. Ashwathama severely beats Bairov and is about to crush him with a large slab when Budgie intervenes, hitting Ashwathama and saving Bairov. Budgie quickly returns to attack Ashwathama again, but Ashwathama strikes him with a fist, tearing apart Budgie's tire and causing him damage. Angered, Bairov lifts Ashwathama into the air and tries to slam him down, but despite his efforts, he cannot bring Ashwathama down. Finally, Bairov chains Ashwathama to a large statue, hanging him. However, being very powerful, Ashwathama brings down the statue as well, causing Bairov to fall among the ruins. Meanwhile, when an experiment on Sumathi is conducted, only a single drop of serum remains in the bottle. The commander retrieves it and gives it to the counselor. The commander tells the counselor that they had captured the girl, but a 9-foot-tall old man arrived, beat their people severely, and took the girl. The counselor asks if there is anything on the old man's forehead, and the commander says it seems to be glowing like a light. The counselor realizes that the old man is Ashwathama, and understanding that the power from the Gandiva and the immortal Ashwathama are connected to Sumathi's pregnancy, he deduces that a god might be coming back to Earth. He explains that on the darkest day, which occurs once every 6,000 years, a god is born in the Kshaga constellation. If they can prevent this birth, no god will come for another 6,000 years, which means the Supreme will be at risk. The counselor tells the commander they need to stop the child from being born by any means necessary. Meanwhile, Viren takes Sumathi along with Ashwathama and Raya to the secret city of Shambhala. At the same time, Miriam notices a small sprout growing on the tree of life, and children come saying their mother has arrived. Sirius, upon seeing Sumathi, recognizes her as the one who escaped from the lab, and points out that riders and bounty hunters are searching for her. He questions why she was brought here and how they can protect her, as the people of Shambhala are now in danger. Ashwathama assures that he will protect her, but Sirius disagrees and insists she must be sent away. Miriam arrives, saying she will not leave and will stay here to find the god, asking to sound the drums of Shambhala. Sirius questions the evidence for the god's arrival, and as soon as he does, it starts raining. The rain, which had not occurred for years, surprises everyone. At that moment, the people of Shambhala strongly believe that Sumathi is the mother who can reveal the god and are ready to sacrifice their lives for her. Back at the complex, Bhairav gets up from the rubble and realizes that his fight with the riders was the reason Sumathi was able to escape. A rider bans Bhairav completely from the complex, stating that he should never enter again in the future. Since childhood, Bhairav had fought for entry into the complex, but now, with his dream shattered, he returns home, heartbroken. He tells himself to leave behind the lock he had held onto and to move on, lamenting that no one needs him and that his life is meaningless without a purpose. Upon hearing these words, Luke says, "You're a big hero to everyone in Shambhala like me. Come with me, and let's go to Shambhala." In reality, after Bhairav is banned from the complex, what happens is that the riders interact with the commander. Bhairav tells the commander that capturing Sumathi is not your generation's task. No one, including you, could even touch him. Thus, you have no choice but to let me handle bringing Sumathi back. The commander questions how Bhairav can be so sure of this. Bhairav responds, "I haven't lost a single fight till now, and I won't lose this one either." The commander then offers Bhairav one chance. If he brings the girl, the commander will personally take him into the complex. So, Bhairav plans to go to Shambhala by staging a play and using Luke's help, which works out perfectly. Meanwhile, Raya talks to Ashwathama and suggests they should drop the staff he has and get a good weapon in Shambhala. Ashwathama responds that this is no ordinary staff but a powerful weapon from the Mahabharata era. Raya asks why Ashwathama doesn't use this weapon if he was the best fighter of his time. Ashwathama explains that he was defeated by someone. When Raya asks who had the power to defeat him, Ashwathama says it was Arjuna who defeated him with the Gandiva. Raya inquires if Arjuna was the best fighter, and Ashwathama says number. There is someone more powerful than Arjuna, his own brother. The staff Ashwathama holds is also his brother's, and it becomes a powerful weapon when touched by his brother's hand. It is even more powerful than Arjuna's Gandiva. Ashwathama says that such a great warrior should not have met such a fate. For those who have watched the movie, it's clear which great Mahabharata character Ashwathama is referring to, but for those who haven't, guessing this powerful character is left to the comments section. Meanwhile, Bhairav, burning with anger at Ashwathama for defeating him and using all his units to rebuild Bujji, prepares to fight again. He almost finds out that Tiger survived the blast caused by Kara and is still alive. Sumathi, feeling frustrated because Ashwathama is always following her, questions why everyone calls her mother and what the significance is. Ashwathama explains that everything in creation is within the divine. Since you're carrying the divine, how else can you be called but mother? Ashwathama explains that many will die for this unborn child. He warns that staying here endangers everyone, and anyone with him will also die. Sumathi responds that Ashwathama will never die and that every death has a deeper meaning. Ashwathama says that the child about to be born is the light of the world, and that the divine assigns responsibilities only to those who can bear them. The divine has chosen you because you possess the patience required to bear such a responsibility. Giving birth is your duty, but protecting you is mine. Later, Bhairav arrives at the vicinity of Shambhala with Luke. There is a large mountain ahead, and Luke quickly directs them to head towards the mountain. But Bujji says, "There's nothing but the mountain here. If we rush and hit the mountain, We might not survive. We should not go back. Barav then rushes up the mountain. However, it turns out that the mountain is not a real mountain. The people of Shambhala hide their city within the mountains using their technology. To put it simply, just like the hidden kingdom of Wakanda in Marvel movies, Shambhala is also concealed within the mountains. Barav crosses the force field and enters Shambhala. While Luke and the rebel are taking Barav to Viran, the rebel tells Luke that Mother is at the tree. Hearing this, Barav shocks both of them with electricity and heads towards Sumathi. Meanwhile, Ashwathama, while taking Sumathi away, encounters another Ashwathama. In reality, it is Barav using hologram technology to disguise himself as Ashwathama and take Sumathi away. This leads to a major fight between the real Ashwathama and Barav, who is disguised as Ashwathama. Ashwathama strikes Barav hard, causing Barav to return to his real form. Barav tries very hard to carry Sumathi away, but Ashwathama prevents it from happening, keeping Barav at bay. Ashwathama also destroys the cruisers Barav uses to fly. At that time, Budgie arrives and fires missiles at Ashwathama. Ashwathama grabs one missile and throws it towards Budgie, causing it to explode near Barav as well. Ashwathama believes the missile's explosion will take out both of them, but Budgie transforms and joins Barav in the fight against Ashwathama. At the same time, the rebels arrive to stop Barav, but as the riders have learned Shambhala's address, they command riders to break through the force field surrounding Shambhala. The commander attacks the force field, and as it breaks, he and the riders enter Shambhala and begin fighting the rebels. A major battle ensues between the rebels and the riders. Meanwhile, Ashwathama grabs Budgie's engine, ties him up with a large cloth, and throws him down. On the other hand, the commander binds Sumathi and takes her onto his ship. A rebel saves her, and Miriam attacks the commander on the ship, but the commander kills Miriam. Due to the firing by the riders, Sumathi is about to fall into the ravine from the rebel ship. However, Ashwathama catches her and pulls her up, but as one of the stones supporting Ashwathama breaks, Sumathi starts falling into the ravine again. At the last second, Barav jumps down from the bridge, catches Sumathi, and immediately, Ashwathama grabs Barav's legs, pulling both of them up. Once Sumathi is safely above, Ashwathama strikes Barav hard, sending him flying. As Ashwathama prepares to strike Barav again, the commander throws some weapons and fully restrains Ashwathama. Ashwathama is very powerful, but no matter how hard he tries, he cannot break the trap set by the commander. While Ashwathama is helpless, the commander strikes Sumathi and takes her onto his ship. The commander says he will take Sumathi and show the deity, and then he furiously declares that no one else will be able to save your deity. Ashwathama, in pain, cries out loudly that he is unable to protect the unborn child inside Sumathi. A thrilling sequence unfolds here. When Ashwathama's staff falls into Barav's hands, it transforms into a powerful weapon. Barav, embodying the powerful hero from the Mahabharata era, easily defeats the riders and their ships, treating their ships as mere playthings. Ashwathama, watching this, realizes that his brother Barav is within him. The commander, using the powerful weapon to break the force field of Shambhala, attacks Barav, but the power is absorbed by Barav's weapon. Barav throws the weapon, piercing the commander, who crashes his ship and falls to his death. Barav then descends with Sumathi. Ashwathama, seeing Barav, sheds tears of joy, feeling happy that his brother has arrived. At the same time, Budgie arrives and calls out to Barav. Barav, emerging from the trance, sees Ashwathama trapped and quickly puts Sumathi into his vehicle, planning to escape. As Barav returns to normal, Ashwathama struggles to break free from his bindings and tries to stop Budgie, who is flying in the air. Ashwathama calls out to Barav, urging him to listen, and Barav, trying to escape, is about to press a lever. Budgie warns that if Barav presses the lever, they may not know where they will end up. Nonetheless, Barav decides to press the button to get out with Sumathi. However, Barav is unaware that he has already killed the commander while in a trance. Even if they reach the complex with Sumathi, the riders will still kill Barav. As Barav presses the lever, Budgie quickly escapes. With Sumathi captured by Barav, Ashwatthama is unsure what to do until Ray approaches and asks his true identity. The scene shifts to Kurukshetra, where Arjuna aims an arrow at Ashwatthama, claiming it is unstoppable. Karna intercepts it with his own arrow, arriving with his chariot to save Ashwatthama. Karna's arrow overpowers Arjuna's, pushing Arjuna's chariot back 2 steps. As Karna talks to Ashwatthama, Arjuna fires another arrow, which Karna blocks with his Vijaya bow, though his chariot is pushed back 10 steps. Arjuna boasts to Krishna about this, but Krishna explains, "O Arjuna, Agni Deva's boon and Anjana's presence protect your chariot. Even I saw it pushed back by 2 steps." Karna's power is extraordinary. The sun's radiance is in his eyes, and he wields the undefeated Vijaya bow. His name will be remembered forever. That Vijaya bow is currently in Ashwatthama's hands. As Ashwatthama himself said, it becomes immensely powerful only when in Karna's hands. As soon as it falls into Bhairav's hands, Bhairav will become like Karna and cause devastation. Thus, we might even say that Bhairav is another incarnation of Karna. Although Bhairav might not remember his past life. The scene cuts to the counselor going to Supreme and explaining everything. He gives Supreme the single drop of serum taken from Sumathi. As soon as Supreme injects the serum into his body, he transforms into a very powerful and youthful figure. Supreme even lifts the invincible Arjuna's Gandiva bow with his hands. Seeing all this, the counselor marvels at the power of just 1 drop and asserts that he will bring the girl himself. However, Supreme insists that no one else should go, and he himself will go directly for the girl. If you've enjoyed the video so far, please like and subscribe to the channel to support us. Let's meet again in another video. Until then, take care. Goodbye.